Hello, hello, hello. Hello to my family. Hello to my friends. You're here on another Wednesday. And honey, it is December the 13th, 2023. December the 13th, which means that we only have a couple more Wednesdays in December. Hasn't time just flown by? It has, and we're so grateful to be here tonight. You have tuned into the Power of Transformation broadcast. Yes, you have. And this broadcast is based on Romans 12 and 2. And it's an excerpt that says, Be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. And every week we have great discussions when we talk about transformations and folks who've transformed and they share their stories and their heart. And we have been truly, truly, truly blessed. And again tonight, we have another special guest who is going to speak to us about her gift. And we're so excited. And you know what we do? Dr. Paula will tell you the same thing every week. You want to tag your friends, right? You want to text them. You want to call them if you have an opportunity and tell them that the Power of Transformation broadcast is on and is live and in person. And yes, my phone is beeping because people are saying, I'm going to join you. So as I tell you to tag your friends and connect with them, I do the same thing. So I'm going to do that. And guess what? We're going to be right back in just a few minutes. Take care. See you soon.
Pond 5. Pond 5.
So we're back again. Let me tell you, I am always amazed at the gifts and the talents that God provides for his children. You know what I'm saying? He leaves no stone unturned. And tonight we have a young lady who has a special gift, and it's something that for a while we didn't talk about as much in the church. However, we've grown up a little bit and we understand that all the gifts that God gives us are to be used for the body of Christ. And I'm going to let her tell you a little bit more about what she does. And I'm just going to do what I do every week and just introduce the guest. This is Miss Rakita Brown. I want you to look at her passion statement. My passion is to help others find the right care for their lives. Doesn't that touch your heart? It touches mine. And I want you to put your hands together as we welcome Miss Rakita Brown to the Power of Transformation show tonight. Hello, 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 hello. It's good to see you.
Good to see you as well, Dr. Obie. Thank you for having me.
Oh, you are most welcome. We just started this conversation in August.
Yes, we
We did.
did.
Because I knew that we would need to hear from you. So we didn't stop until we got a date, and I'm so super excited. I'm super excited that you're here. I'm going to allow you to introduce yourself. I'm going to allow you to tell us about your passion and what you do on a daily basis. I'm going to sit back and relax, and when I need to talk, I will. But right now, we're going to let you talk to us.
All right. Well, I am so excited to be here on the Power of Transformation broadcast this evening. And welcome to each of the guests who are joining in. My name is Rakita Brown, and I am a licensed clinical mental health counselor. And I have had the privilege of being blessed with this gift to be a counselor for over 15 years now. And so I am the owner of Rights Care Services, which is a local private practice in Greensboro, North Carolina, where we serve children, adolescents, and families. And we really help individuals transform their minds through their mental health. And so we teach them the skills they need to navigate life challenges. We help give them hope because, throughout life, we all have things that come up. And sometimes we just lose hope and we need someone to help us just kind of get through each day and someone to help us navigate those difficult life moments that we may go through. So we are here to serve our community. We provide counseling services across the state of North Carolina through either telehealth, which is, virtual visits, or individuals can come into the office. And so just a little bit about my background. And so how I guess landed in this field. It's a very, very, funny story, but, God makes no mistakes. And so I grew up in Eastern North Carolina. I grew up in a Christian home where my parents are, pastors, and they were assistant pastors. So I always grew up in an environment where I saw my dad and my mom helping and counseling other people. And so I think just being around that and just kind of being in that environment, I knew I wanted to help people in some type of capacity. Again, there would be, we would be in church or, after church services, and they would have to meet with people, or people would even come to our homes. Back in those days, the pastors let people in their homes and they had dinners and, help others in different ways. And so I saw a lot of that growing up, where my dad would counsel people and my mom would counsel individuals and just kind of help them through biblical counseling and, giving them advice and just kind of giving them inspiration and empowerment and telling them to, don't give up, don't lose hope, pray and seek God. And so I believe that was just a seed being planted in my life at that early age. And then I can remember back probably in elementary school where my friends would come to me for advice. And so I was kind of that go-to person. Well, Rakita, what would you do? Or, a lot of times people will kind of call me like the peacemaker. Like I'm always trying to make sure there's peace wherever there was conflict and things like that. And so now that I think about it, those are things and strategies that therapists help to teach individuals, how to make peace in their lives and how to find peace and how to set boundaries. And so, even as I look back years, as a little girl, those were things that I was doing to help other people at an early age. And so now it is a part of my identity. It's a part of my profession. It's a part of my gifting. And I can say that, I am very, I get very, happy to do this. I get very, very inspired to just help people. I have been able to, travel and share my gifts across the globe. I've been able to travel internationally and just share hope and encouragement with other people who needed that at that time. And so, so back to how I kind of got here when I grew up. When I went to college, when I went to Winston-Salem State, I started out as a rehabilitation, occupational therapy major. And so within that program, you have to take a comprehensive exam that consists of all types of different things. And I remember there was a section on the test that was a mental health portion. And ironically, I failed that portion of the exam. So therefore, I got kicked out of that program and I had to switch my major. And so, because I did not know some of the different diagnoses and things like that. And so basically, if you fail the test twice, you have to choose another major. And so I had to choose another major while I was at college. And so I chose a comparable program that would still allow me to help people. And so I chose the program of rehabilitation studies. And from there, that's where, my passion really started with, okay, I think I want to become a counselor once I finish school. And so I matriculated through that program and graduated and got my bachelor's in rehabilitation studies from Winston-Salem State University. Then I furthered my education and I went to North Carolina A&T, Aggie Pride.
Aggie
And,
Pride.
and I got my master's in rehabilitation counseling. And so couldn't stop there because I knew that I wanted to actually get my license and be able to provide counseling to individuals. And so, that was my passion. That was my goal, was to become a licensed therapist. And so once I did all the work that I needed to do to get my license, I took my exam, I worked with the people, I got my hours, my supervised hours, I took my test, passed it, and, I was able to get my license. And from there, the rest is history. From there, I have counseled in my career of being licensed. I have impacted probably, thousands of individuals between myself and also my practice. I've worked with individuals who have experienced trauma, who have experienced depression, and just, not even really heavy things, anything dealing with work-life balance, how to manage different stress in your life with grief, anxiety. And so just being able to help others and teach other staff, teach other clinicians as well of how to provide appropriate and quality care, how to have individuals navigate that access to mental health care. Because a lot of times individuals don't know how to access mental health services and they feel like it's not something that's touchable and reachable to them. Especially in our marginalized communities. And so making sure that individuals know, hey, your insurance may cover this, or if your insurance don't cover it, these are some other options that you can explore. So you can make sure that you are taking care of your mind. You can make sure that your mind is well, because that physical health and mental health goes hand in hand. And, as your broadcast is titled The Power of Transformation, we want to make sure that our mind is being transformed and renewed on a daily basis. And so mental health is very important.
I totally agree. I'm so grateful that you continued to move through, the training, the education, that you did not give up and that you are here.
Mm-hmm.
That was a time when I believe, and maybe it's just my thought, that a lot of folks were not comfortable saying they needed a counselor, or not comfortable saying they needed counseling.
Mm-hmm.
It was not a popular topic.
Right.
But I'm thankful for all the pastors and the pastors' wives and all the folks who stood in the gap. They weren't licensed, but boy, they had the gift and the talent.
Oh, yes.
For it. And I'm so happy that you decided to walk into that calling. Talk to me about the changes and how people are embracing mental health counseling and emotional counseling. We need you. Let's talk about that a little bit.
Okay, sure. So I think we have come a long way. We still have a lot of work to do, but I think a lot of, just kind of transformation in our minds related to seeking help, seeking that professional help, and knowing that, the faith-based community will always be a pillar, for the Black community, and a safe space for individuals to go and talk to their pastors or their pastor wives or other auxiliary in the church. But also knowing that, okay, with the pastor, there's also some practical help outside of the church that can help you, such as professional counselors. And so I think we've come a long way with acknowledging that, okay, I need something a little bit more, I need some practical skills. I need something that's going to be ongoing, because sometimes when you go seek help from your church or your pastor, those are just maybe brief sessions, maybe 1 to 3 sessions that you may get with your pastor. But when you go and seek a professional therapist or professional counselor, that can be a long-term treatment plan and long-term treatment. So it can range anywhere from, 3 sessions up to, maybe 6 months or a year, whatever it is that you need And it just depends on, how you're progressing within that time frame with your goals. And so usually with therapy, once you come in, I'll kind of talk about the process of seeking care and getting actual counseling. So usually during your first appointment, you are assessed. And so you have a clinical interview with your professional therapist. And, a lot of questions are asked about pretty much what brought you in there today to seek help, whether that's depression, whether it's relationship concerns, self-esteem, grief and loss. It can be a number of things. And so after that appointment, after all the information is obtained, you talk about some goals that you want to work on, during your therapy sessions. You want to work on improving your confidence. You want to work on learning ways to manage your anxiety. You want to work on being able to navigate from a death in your family that you recently had. And so your therapist will help to teach you in those sessions of how to navigate through those problems. And they'll teach you the skills that you need to really get through those difficult times in your life. And so, again, it can be as long or as short, but we have come a long way with embracing that it's okay to seek mental health services. You're not labeled as crazy, or you're not labeled as, something is wrong. It's just, you just need the support to get through something difficult. Think about when you go to the doctor, if you're having a tummy ache, or you're having a migraine, or, you're dealing with the flu and cold season, you go to the doctor to get checked out, right? And so the same thing should occur when you're not feeling well in your mind, or your heart has been hurt, or you're feeling sad, or you're isolating yourself and you're withdrawing from your family and friends. You should then know that it's time. Okay, maybe I need to go talk to somebody about what's happening or what's going on, so I can get some better insight on how to deal with this.
That makes me so happy. It makes me so happy because what you're saying is what I'm hearing repeatedly, and we now have at least one person that I know
Mm-hmm.
who says, I'm here to help you with that.
Yes.
It's a part of your body. It's a part of your day-to-day life. And guess what? When you run into situations and you need some tools or another toolkit, look, we're here.
Yes, we are here. We help you with those tools that you need to add those tools to your toolkit. And so you can feel empowered. And so, of course, the goal is to not to have a therapist, long term if you don't need that. But we want to be able to empower you and to give you the tools you need. So for when we're out of your life and when you made all this progress, you can then turn back to that toolbox and pull whatever you need from what you've learned during that time. Now, therapy is work. I will say it's not a piece of cake.
Right.
You do have to be accountable into improving yourself. So your therapist can give you all the instructions, but if you don't go outside of that therapy office or outside of that virtual visit and actually do the work to heal and to get better, you're still going to be in that same cycle. So as a person, you have to be responsible for your healing and for your improvement in your life.
I think that is so good to hear that you're going to be equipping us with the tools, but then we still have work to do. Just like in our,
Mm-hmm.
it's just like in our Christian lives, it's no different. We still have work to do every single
Yes.
day.
Mm-hmm.
And so it warms my heart. And this time of year is very difficult for folks. And I wanted to just you to speak a little bit about the therapy, the grief therapy, that a lot of people are seeking this time of year because it could be difficult for them.
Absolutely, absolutely. So yes, as you stated, this time of the year is extremely difficult for many people for various reasons, whether it's a death of a loved one, it's a loss of income, a loss of a parent, loss of a pet, whatever it is, grief hits everyone differently. And grief is very personal to individuals, and everyone navigates grief differently because it's very personal.
Right.
So there is no time expiration date on grief. One day you can be doing okay, and the next day you may just want to stay home and cry. And so you can be triggered by different things. Usually the holidays can be a very triggering time for individuals because they've lost someone. They're used to celebrating with that person or having certain traditions, right? Well, this person was responsible for hosting all the dinners. That person is no longer here. So how do you move on and pick up the pieces? Or do you remain stuck? And so the goal is not to remain stuck because you want to be able to move forward, but you also want to be able to honor those memories that you had with that person or whatever it was, but just learn how to move past that grief and know that it's okay to cry. It's okay to feel your feelings because you're human. And so you're going to feel those feelings, but we don't want you to stay stuck there. We want you to find ways that you can honor that person, but also learn to move forward, create new traditions, and figure out ways to navigate it.
That is so special to me. I'm
Mm-hmm.
someone who's experienced grief at a very young age. And of course, at that time, we had a different attitude, about grieving. And so this really warms my heart because now I know, that since that time, we have really come, like you said, a long way. And the holidays used to kind of make me feel a little differently.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, you don't want to get stuck. You want to start some new traditions and get through it. And that was because I had the courage to reach out to a therapist.
Mm-hmm.
You have to have courage.
You have to have courage. And sometimes things, whether it's a loss or that it's grief, you just feel like, okay, where do you start? Who do you call? And it really is about having that courage and confidence to reach out to someone. Because a
Yes.
lot of times that fear can just keep us, it can cripple us, it can keep us stuck because knowing and treading into new territories, if you never tried therapy, it's like, okay, who is this person going to be? You have all these different thoughts kind of going through your mind. And it's
Hmm.
like, okay,
Hmm.
I don't know this person. I want to tell them all my business. How are they going to help me? What I mean? Sometimes people end up talking themselves out of going to therapy.
Right.
And they really, truly need it. But because, like you said, they don't have the courage or the strength just to make that one phone call
Hmm.
and say, hey, I'm struggling with this, and I really need some help with this. And knowing that when you start, that it's going to be a journey, it's going to take time, it's not going to
Hmm.
happen overnight. It's not going to be a quick fix, because again, you still have to do that work. You have to have that accountability and take responsibility for what's happening. So, but having that courage to make that call to say, hey, I need help navigating this grief, or I need help navigating, just this feeling of loneliness or loss, how can I move past this?
Yes, and I think that's so amazing. And from what I'm hearing, even within the last few churches that I've been involved with, the pastors are saying, from the pulpit, it's okay for you to get some help. It's okay for you to get
Mm-hmm.
counseling. It's okay for you to have prayer and counseling.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that's helped you tremendously in your business.
Yes, I am so happy to hear across the world locally that pastors are, it's like it's clicked, they
Yes.
are in support of this professional service and knowing that, okay, it's okay to go talk to a therapist and get that counseling. You need to take care of your mental health. You need to set boundaries. You need to take care of yourself. You need to do whatever it is that you need to do to be emotionally healthy and spiritually healthy as well. And so I laugh and I smile when I hear different pastors, speaking that across their pulpit because, pastors in the Black community have a lot of influence and a lot of, power when it comes to the words that they speak to their members. And because that trust is there with them, between the members and the pastors, the members really take heed to what they say. So if their pastors are encouraging them to go
Yes.
get the mental health and seek counseling, usually they'll be like, okay, well, my pastor said it, so it must be pretty cool to do. Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yes, because their power and influence means a lot. So we need to figure out, definitely, we need to show how we can get in contact with you. We're not finished with the conversation, but we'll go ahead and roll the demographic information because we want folks to know how we can get in contact with you.
Yes, absolutely. So on Facebook, you definitely can find me on Facebook at Rakita Brown, and I share inspiration. I share a little behind the scenes of what I'm working on and different projects, and just kind of the day in the life of who I am and what I do. And so you can find me on Facebook, and I'm also on Instagram, where the same thing. You can follow me for wellness tips and mental health inspiration, and just empowerment in general. And so you can find me there at Rakita C. Brown. And so those are the two social media platforms that I'm very active on, and individuals can follow me if you would like, and just have hope and inspiration. I post tips on how to improve yourself, and just really just sharing hope.
Very good. Very good. So, what makes me happy, and I'm feeling good, and I knew you would hit that heartstring, my heartstring, and then others who
Hmm.
are nodding their heads saying, "Yes, I'm going to get in contact with my therapist because it's okay for me to get some help to navigate through the
Hmm.
scenario that I'm in. It's okay, and I'm loving myself for
That's,
doing that. I'm showing love, giving
hmm.
myself the opportunity to transform with
Yeah.
their help." Wow. Okay. So I'm excited. Excited. Now, can we switch gears for just a second?
Okay, sure.
Because I saw you talk about something new that you've got going on that you've created, and we want to tell everybody about it.
Yes, recently, last month, I released a 30-day journal. It's called Right to Heal. It is a 30-day journal that is geared towards helping individuals heal through work-life balance. It helps with mental clarity. So each day, there's a journal prompt. So this is what the book looks like. So it's filled with so much information. It's filled with affirmations for each day as you journal. It has self-guided prompts. It also has inspirational quotes in there. And it also has a place for writing, for setting your goals and intentions. And so, again, I am so excited to be able to release this tool as a wellness tool to help individuals, because journaling is so powerful. It's so important. That this is a strategy and a intervention that I tell individuals to use. If you're not ready for therapy, journaling is a great place to start, because it just helps bring so much clarity for when maybe you're just a little confused, or you want to
Mhm.
improve your mood, you want to reduce stress. Journaling just has so many different benefits that is just overall great for your mental health.
I'm so excited. Now you're gonna have to tell us where we can get this book.
All right. So you can purchase this journal at righttohealbook.com. Again, it is available. We have copies, we're ready to ship. You can purchase this at righttohealbook.com and make your purchase and start your journey to journaling. Again, it is a very great tool to help with mental health clarity, to help with reducing stress, and just navigating different things. So journaling is a great tool for
And we need this tool. This tool is so important. We need it all the time, but definitely, especially, we need it now. So
Yes.
I'm excited about the book, and I'm so excited about it until the first person who actually logged on tonight and made a comment. So let's make it the first two people who actually they're watching the show and made a comment. I'm actually going to gift you the journal
Awesome.
because I believe in this. We need it. I've
Mhm.
seen people change after one visit because they had clarity.
Mhm.
They had clarity. So I'm going to be looking in the comments. I'm going to see who you are. We'll reach out and we're going to help someone
Yes,
move through a situation and navigate those waters,
that's
those
right.
turbulencies, those waters of those situations so that they can get to the other side and,
Yes,
and be what God created them to be.
yes,
Be
yes,
all that God created them to be with your help. We'll have the prayer, we'll have the preaching, we'll have the Bible study. In addition to all of that,
hmm
we'll now have this therapy.
that's right. That's right. And that's the thing, you have to add different things to help, in your journey, at sometimes, what may work yesterday may not work today. So definitely finding ways to add all those different things to your wellness spiritual toolkit and your emotional mental health toolkit is important to becoming mentally healthy, healing, and being whole, and just living a healthy life.
Yes. And we're gonna actually place that website up again. We actually can purchase the journal because this is a really good time to talk about all the gifts that we're going to buy for our loved ones
Yes,
for the holiday season. And sometimes we don't know what to purchase or we've already purchased something. I think this would be a great gift for someone.
yes,
And
absolutely,
I
absolutely.
think it would be a great gift. We're December to start off in January. I
Hmm
can see wonderful and beautiful things happening as we gift someone this type
Absolutely.
of tool. I'm so excited. I'm proud of you. I'm
Thank
proud of
you.
everyone who just stands in that calling, no matter what,
Hmm
because we're called to discipleship, and that's helping somebody. Jesus helped everybody with his gifting, and that's why we're here.
Yes.
You're special because you've answered the emotional healing and mental healing call, and it's not easy.
No, it's not.
So how do you take care of yourself? I always want to know.
Hmm So yes, I definitely take care of myself. I had to meet with a group of girls that I talk with about self-care. So what I do to take care of myself is, sometimes I take sabbaticals, I limit or I go on social media fast, and I spend time with family and friends. I, reduce my schedule. I, put my phone on do not disturb. I may travel and do a getaway. I pray. I fast. I meditate, and so those are all some of the things that I do to take care of myself. I like to go to spas and just have a day of investing in my body and feeling better. And so I exercise, and no, I may not get everything right every day, but I am committed to myself because I pour out so much to other
Yes.
people. I have to make sure that I'm doing what I need to take care of myself as well, so I can continue to help people and inspire and empower others.
Yes. I mean, on everything that you said, I mean, all of those things are doable. We for all of us.
Yes,
All
absolutely.
yeah, we definitely need to do and can do each of those things, all of those tasks, and spend that time. And I like British movies. I like it. And so when I really need to wind down, then that's where I go.
Mhm.
I believe that you are here on this show to reach somebody who needed to hear this tonight. You never know
Mhm.
what someone's going through on
That's right.
on their job or in their home, their relationship, and they need to know that the Power of Transformation broadcast believes in Rakita Brown and the gift that she has. And that definitely we're going to be praying that people reach out to you. I know you're going to have your schedule, et cetera, et cetera. You may need to take a couple of, out, some time off for the end of the year, but that's okay. You'll be back
Yes, I'll be back.
and they'll be able to reach you and continue the journey
hmm
because life is a journey, right?
Yes, it is.
And we often need to know that that journey is always going to be equipped with people and
Mhm.
tools.
Yes.
People and tools and opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
You said something about hope.
Mm-hmm.
You spread hope.
Yes.
It's a great way to start ending and wrapping up the show. Why is hope important to us, Rikita?
Yes, so hope is important. When you feel defeated, when you feel challenged, you know, think about what it is that you have to look forward to. That is hope. That's going to keep you going. That's going to keep you dreaming. That's going to keep you alive. That's going to keep you thriving. And so finding something to have hope in is so important because if not, you're going to slowly wither away. You may get in a dark space. You may withdraw from other people. You may just isolate yourself. So always have something to have hope for and to look forward to. That's going to keep you going. So hope is so important. It's so precious. It's what we all need is hope.
Mm-hmm. Is hope that there's going to be a better day.
Mm-hmm.
That with God all things are possible.
Yeah.
You
Yes.
know, and
Anything can change. The
that
situations
in
change. Just because it looks fleeting or it looks like you're in such despair, it's nothing is too hard for God.
right.
He can turn around and solve anything. So continue to have trust and faith in Him and continue to rest in Him and to know that He will make a way and He will come through.
He will, and he'll send you people like Rikita, and
Mm-hmm.
he'll send you good friends.
Yes.
You'll help them with their relationships
Mm-hmm.
because many times what's not giving them hope, they need some tools to help maybe build healthy relationships
That's
or get
right.
through some things.
Mm-hmm.
That's exciting.
Yes.
So the message as we wind down this year, we're getting ready to wind down the show. I cannot believe that we're almost at the end of the show. I feel like
I
we just started talking. You're gonna have. Well, I asked this question, with all of my guests. Will you come back?
yes, I will. I
Okay,
sure will.
because in 2024 we're gonna have additional conversations
yes.
about moving to the next level in our
Mm-hmm.
mental and emotional lives and having the right tools and just get a little deeper in this. And I really appreciate it. When I sit and I think about what's ahead of all of us, we want to be our best self, don't we?
Yes, we do.
And we want to be trying to be our best self.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why you're here.
Yes, thank you.
Because in addition to the prayer, in addition to the preaching, many of us need therapy.
Mm-hmm.
And it's okay. So look in the camera and tell them it's okay.
Listen, it is okay to seek a therapist for whatever it is that you need. Continue to pray, continue to worship God, but also seek the professional help that you need. Make that call. Find the courage to make that call. Find the strength to find that therapist that can help you navigate your life.
Perfect. And as we are rounding up the show, we're going to say what we say every week, at least some version of it, that you have to trust the process in order for the power of transformation to do its perfect work in your life. You have to trust God. And when you get to Miss Rikita, you have to trust her process as well. And everybody, we've had a great night. I'm so excited. Thank you so much. It took a
Thank
while, but we
you.
finally got you on our
Yes.
schedule, and I'm so glad you're here. Definitely, we're going to bring the book up one more time. But as we roll out, I just want to say thank you for having the courage to walk in this calling and be the woman that God created you to be. And for that
Thank you.
person, the first two persons who commented tonight, you will be receiving that book as a gift for me because I believe that it's going to help you a lot. All right, that's all we have. And until next week, y'all take care. We love you. God
Bye-bye.
loves you, and so do we. Thank you. Take care. Bye bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
See ya.